Hi everyone, my name is Rodrigo Tomas. I'm an applications engineer at Bosch Rexroth US. And I have noticed that people get very confused when doing their MLC project backup and restore, especially when safety onboard is available in the drive. So my idea today is really show you what is, in my opinion, the best procedure backing up and restoring a MLC project. So in this training, I will consider that you are already familiar with MLC platform, IndraWorks, and also IndraDrive. Okay, so let's get moving. And in my project, I will start with a working version of a project. My IndraDrive is properly configured, safety is already configured, and my system right now is in operation mode, and my drive is in emergency stop mode. So what I will do, I will create a backup file, and then we'll load basic parameters on everything and start reloading the files or parameters and see how the system will behave. Okay, so let's get started. And again, if you look to my project here, you will see that my drive is in standstill mode. My drive is my circles is in P4, the drive is in operation mode. As you can see, it's in AB, meaning that the bus is loaded. I have an emergency stop signal coming to the drive, and the drive is in e-stop mode. My safety is locked, which means it's properly configured. So how would I start from this situation? The first thing I would suggest you to do in order to make it faster and to guarantee that you have all the parameters is to go and, if possible, go online with your PLC and stop your PLC. So let's keep your PLC in stop mode. Let's make sure that your machine is safe. And then I will change the motion state to P2, which is the parameterization mode. So let me actually go to the controller, and I will go to control mode and P2. Okay, so it's loading. It's gonna take a few seconds. So okay, next step is right-clicking on the controller, and I will come to this option here, parameters, and I will do an export right here. Okay, so now that my export wizard is available, what I need to do is to select what I want to include in this parameter file. Okay, in this case, I do want to save the motion controller parameters, which are C parameters. Probe, if you have some probe configured in your system, but it doesn't hurt to leave it the way it is. Oscilloscope, if you have some configuration on your oscilloscope, you could also do this. So again, it doesn't hurt to select or unselect this one. But the important thing is that drive, A parameters are parameters from the drive that are related to the controller. So they are motion controller related parameters for the drive specifically, so which is here. And S and P parameters are parameters that reside in the drive. And as you know, all the safety parameters are S or P parameters, mostly P parameters actually. So this is a very important selection to do. This will guarantee that your drive will be properly reconfigured when we load it again. Okay, and if you have additional axes or even virtual axes or encoder axes or anything, you can of course select and include those parameters in the file as well. Okay, so next thing, you can do an archive of parameters that are required for the restoring process, or you can do all parameters. I would suggest you to stick with the restoring only, okay? Okay, so that's it. All I need to do now is to select like a destination. I will call it backup parameter. Okay, so it will take a few seconds. Okay, we are done here, so we can just confirm, and our system is already saved in a parameter file. However, the parameter file does not save our PLC project. So next thing we'll do is to create an archive. An archive will include everything. It will include the parameters that we just did. Actually, it's like a repetition, but besides that, it will include everything that is in the project, such as your PLC code, if you have another devices in your project, if you have files, everything will be stored in a zip file, and this is what we call archive process. Okay, let's do that next then. So once your system again is in P2, your PLC is in stop mode to make things a little quicker or faster, and we'll come to this option here, archive, or the same option can also be found in this area here, archive. Okay, so archive, I can give it a name, of course, and we will find a destination to this. So I will save it in the downloads again, and you can it offers an option to save this archive file in the controller itself, meaning that you can save it in the flash memory of the controller if you want to restore it from the controller. So it would use like the FTP and the IP address that the controller is configured to. I'm not going to use this option right now. I'm just saving it on my computer directly. I need to move next. It shows all the devices that are available in my project, but what I really want to do is to come to the motion controller right here. I can select all the options. If you want to uncheck one specifically, you can do this, but again, it doesn't hurt to save everything. Once we go to control data, we'll be able to select again the options that we just did a few minutes ago with the parameter export process. So again, just make sure, select everything, move forward. So there is no option when we select the other two items in the tree, and just move forward. And I will hit finish. It again will take some time. Okay, so our archive process is complete. What I will do next is to delete or erase all the parameters, all the configuration from the controller, from the drives and everything, and we'll start restoring the complete project from scratch. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so as you can see, my drive is in parameterization mode right now. My safety is not active, not configured. The controller is back to P2. There is no motion, no drive related to it. And what I will do next is I will completely delete this project, okay? And I will start my restoring process right now. In my restore process, I will start by clicking on the other option. As you remember, we just clicked recently on archive. What we'll do next is the restore project option right here. And we did save the file on the system, on my computer, but if I had saved it on the FTP or on the flash memory of the controller, I could check or select this option instead, but that's not my case right now. So moving forward, I will go to my downloads, MLC backup restore. Moving forward, I want to save this project in my documents IndraWorks projects folder. So move forward, I finish it and close. So this message here tells me that there are parameters in the restoring process that need to be loaded on the controller. So I will confirm that I understand it. Okay, so let's come back here. You see that my controller already has some axes. The motion is here. Of course, I will need to go online with the controller. So it's partially synchronized because what is available on the controller itself is different than the configuration that's on my project. So I will do a synchronize. So let me synchronize this motion here. Synchronize means that I'm sending whatever is in the project to the motion kernel of the controller, okay? Okay, so my controller is back in P2. Let me close this start screen so it will give us some room to work. My next step is to right click on the controller and come to this option here called device data, and we'll do a restore. Restore in this case means load from what is available in the project to the controller, okay? So restore. And different than the backup procedure that we can pretty much select everything, the restore project, the restore process actually requires a little attention. Okay, so let's move forward and I will show you what I mean. So first of all, you can select everything, and OEM partition and system partition would mean that you will override like the flash memory and everything that's on your controller, also the firmware and everything. In my case, I don't want to do that because that takes a long time and my controller is good. I mean, the firmware that's available right now is good to continue. So control data and user partition is enough for me right now. When I come to the control data, let me show you something before. If I uncheck this option here, I cannot change what is in this tab. Okay, so let me check it again. I'll go back to this. Make sure we select everything correctly, right? So MLC, my controller, IndraDrive, virtual drive, probe, and everything. So if you had like additional drives, you'd need to check if everything is correct, if the names are good. Okay, so everything is okay right now. I will move forward and it will take time. I will hit finish and wait. Okay, process complete. Let's see what we get right now. I will close it. So one thing we'll notice is that nothing apparently changed here, right? But if I expand my controller in the bottom, we'll notice that actually the save is still not done because the safety requires another step. So everything has been loaded on the controller side and also the S&P parameters on the drive. However, the safety parameters are kind of protected and we'll need to do a specific procedure to that. So let's move forward with that option right now. What I need to do here is to expand, come to commissioning, commissioning, serial commissioning. I need to select this one to say that I confirm that it's to be parameterized, and I will do a copy axis 1-to-1. So I'll check this option here. I will select the parameter file that I saved in the very first step of this video. Okay, so backup par right here, open. Okay, so next one is we'll check this load all parameters. That means that it will copy all the parameters to the drive, including non-safety parameters. That doesn't hurt, okay? Because it's the very same parameter files anyway, so that's okay. You could, if you want to do it a little quick, a little faster, actually, you can select this option here, only image for safety, but I'll move forward with everything. It definitely doesn't hurt, so I'll just do it. Okay, I had already before loaded default parameters for the safety, but I can do that again just to make sure that my safety will be completely clean, no leftovers. So now the drive is actually copying all the parameters to the safety, including regular parameters and safety parameters all together. Okay, so let's see how it will be after we finish this step. Okay, so we have it. We need to identify safe motion now. So what we do, we click here. If you look to your drive right now, you'll notice that those two LEDs, 8, 25 and 26, will be blinking. It's important that if you are configuring more than one drive, you identify and make sure that you are actually loading the parameters to the correct hardware, to the correct drive, okay? Okay, so apply access identification, successful. I will exit this process right now. So if everything was okay, I can close this option. You will see that my safety now is completely configured and locked, means that it's already in operation mode, no error. I can go to my PLC. Let me load the PLC right now. It will say that the PLC is actually empty. Do I really want to do it? Yes. It's in stop mode. I can start. I will go to P4 and it should do it automatically to me. If not, you can just go to control mode and select BB or P4. Yeah, no errors. If I go to my motion area here and select diagnostic status, you'll see that my drive is back in AB, completely configured. If I go to my safety area and go to diagnostics and safe motion, you will see that I have safe stop properly configured. The drive is in safe motion. PLC has been loaded to the motion controller. All the motion configuration is correct. All the parameters have been properly loaded on the controller and on the drive. And that's it. Your machine is up and running again in no time. Okay, I hope this video will help you, will clarify some questions and some confusions that the configuration, loading, and restoring parameters can cause. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.